welcome to my channel, Josie Annalise, and today is going to be a knitting craft related video. I'm going to show you some of my finished projects as well as what I'm working on, and just talk about my life here in Japan and what I've been up to. So I hope you enjoy, and let's stay tuned. So I've been here in Japan for 2 months now. And one of my big problems with moving was I could not bring my yarn stash, and this was heartbreaking. It was really hard, and I only brought maybe 2 projects with me initially, and I did finish that within a few weeks of arriving in Sapporo, and then I didn't knit. I did have yarn I could have used, but the motivation wasn't there, and it was really kind of a tough 2 weeks. Once I picked the needles up again, I definitely felt so much calmer and relaxed. So yeah, my yarn arrived from Australia maybe 2 weeks ago now, and since then I have been knitting up and crocheting up a storm. So first of all, I'm going to show you my finished objects, which there are a few. So you may remember from my last podcast, I was working on these beautiful gloves. So they are finished and in time to use before the snow completely melted as well. So these are my twisted lattice mittens, designed by Heather Made Yarns and knit in yarn by Bryony a few years ago. And so beautiful. I just love them, and they're nice and long as well, and they go so nicely with my coat. So my coat also has like a thumb loop, and so my coat comes to around about here, and then there's this extra part which keeps my hands really nice and warm. And also, although they are fingerless, it's really good so I can still use my phone when I'm out and about taking all the pictures, or grabbing my train pass. I do want to try knitting full finger gloves soon though, but I really want to make sure that they're usable. That's my only issue I've had in the past with full finger gloves, is I can't do anything else when wearing them, and I'm constantly I've always got my phone out, or I'm looking at something or reading a book, and I need to be able to use it easily and quickly. So these are my gloves, and they're beautiful. So this was knit in a fingering 4-ply sock weight, and these actually, the yarn also has some sparkle in it. So you can see some of it there. So these are my beautiful gloves, and I'm so happy to have them finished, and I want to try knitting mittens as well in the future. So looking forward to that. If you have any mitten pattern recommendations, please let me know down in the comments, or also if you like wearing mittens, please let me know, what do you like about them? I've always been kind of not sure, you can't use your fingers, what's the point? So I'm really curious, what's the benefit of mittens versus full finger gloves or fingerless gloves? So please let me know down in the comments. And then I finally finished these socks. So there are two of them. They are finished. Unfortunately, I don't have my sock blockers to show you all nicely, so we'll do the hand instead. So this is my sock, and I just had to finish the toe on this one, and so yeah, I got my little toolkit again, so I finally was able to finish these. And this is a lovely yarn by Mosley Park, which I got at the Bendigo Australian Wool and Sheepcraft show a few years ago now. So beautiful colorway, and I'm so happy to have it finished. And what's exciting is I actually am making a crochet scrap blankets. All the beautiful colored yarns that these projects are finished with can go into that now as well. So very exciting. And that's it for the finished objects, unless I did finish one of the other socks, just one. I've got a heart. So this is the finished sock with its toe. This is the Bed-Stuy sock pattern by Gail Stone, who organizes Wool Swap. And beautiful pattern, and this is in a 4-ply white gum wool dyed by Nonaba Yarn, so it was a special club colorway. And started on this next one now as well, and made quite a bit of progress. It's nearly there. The only thing is I have run out of this purple, so there will be no contrasting toe on this one. But nearly finished, yay! I'm looking forward to all the socks. That's one thing. I mean, I could wear my knitted socks in Australia, but in summer it got a bit too warm. But here in Sapporo, because it's much colder, like I can wear my knitted socks all the time, which makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. And yeah, so that's it for the finished objects, and this is in my cute project bag. And next up, I'm going to show you my current work in progress, which I've been working on this week. Like, I do have a few others, but I haven't touched them yet, so they don't count yet. So first of all, okay, living in this beautiful owl fabric bag I made. It's giant. It's nearly full. I have my crochet blanket. Okay, so this is my crochet blanket. And this is my progress. So since it arrived, what, a week or so ago, I've gone from the black up is what I've done. So it's been so nice to have my crochet blanket to just plug away on when I'm watching TV shows, or just a little bit here and there, and this makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. I'm so happy to have this back. I think this is one of the projects I was missing the most. So I've been knitting for 7 or so years now, and for a good 5 of those years I was like, no, not interested in crochet, don't need to do that, not interested, it's fine. And then I was seeing all these beautiful like stripe blankets, and I fell in love. I'm like, I need one of those for myself. So I bought a crochet hook, and I got my scraps at the ready. And I learned how to crochet. This is probably the only stitch I can do other than like just your like knitted chain. So still very beginner crochet, but I'm looking forward to trying to make some crochet toys as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Only downside to this project is I don't like weaving in ends. So I haven't woven in any ends yet. So yeah, I've got these lovelies to do. I feel like I should probably stop and do these now, so it's not so overwhelming once I finish the blanket. It's probably a quarter finished now. It's gonna be double bed size. It's so warm, it's so nice. And yeah, so I guess if you have any recommendations on how to weave in crochet ends, please let me know. Send me your tips and advice, because I mean, I struggle weaving in ends in knitted projects sometimes. Crochet is a little bit different. So if you have any advice, please do let me know. So that is my behemoth crochet blanket, which honestly I love so much. I very look forward to when it's finished, so I can have it on my bed or my couch. So yeah, and then I've been knitting on these socks as well that I did show you, my Bed-Stuy socks. And then just the other day, I decided I want a garment. I want a sweater or a cardigan or something nice, something lovely. And so I jumped on Ravelry and I looked at some patterns, and I found this beautiful pattern, and I messaged my mum, and I'm like, which one? There's 3 options. Which one do I choose? And she was like, definitely this one. So I was like, okay, done. And so I have this beautiful blue Peyton's Alpaca Classic yarn that my nan actually gave me, and she had this. This is a discontinued yarn, and she had so much of it. So she gave me that just before I left for Japan, and all sweater quantities, which makes me very happy. So I've started on the coat pattern now, and I'll attach the name somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head. I only started last night, but this is what I've got so far. So it's knit flat, and then you do seam together, so it is knit top down as well. So we have the beginnings of the front, the back panel, which is this beautiful textured one. Oop, we're blowing out. And the arm again. So I am thoroughly enjoying this so far, and it's so soft and nice, and I think this is just going to be the coziest, most lovely cardigan ever. So I'll insert a picture and the name of the pattern I'm doing somewhere as well. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, as well as my crochet blanket, and I have a few other projects as well, but I haven't touched them yet. So once I've made a little bit of progress, I'll share those with you. And yeah, so it's been so nice to knit and craft again, and my spinning tools as well, which I haven't actually tried spinning yet, but I wanted to learn, so I got a little drop spindle maybe a year ago, and that also made it over, so I've got that to try out soon. And yeah, I'm just makes such a difference. My yarn stash and my yarn makes me so happy, and I'm sure I'll be able to find some like hand-dyed local yarn here in Japan as well, but it's definitely a little bit harder and more difficult as well. Like if the name of a store I'm looking for is completely in Japanese, it might not come up in my English search engine. You know, if I type in yarn stores, it won't necessarily come up with a yarn store. Sometimes it comes up with sewing stores or fabric stores or like $2 discount stores. It's like, you're not what I'm looking for. What are you doing? And I feel like I'm potentially missing out on some really good stores because of that. So I have officially started learning Japanese now. I have a Japanese teacher. I take 2 lessons a week. Slow going, but I've had 1 week of lessons and I've made so much progress. So I initially attempted to just study by myself, but like I had the books, but I was so tired with work and everything, and you know, I got home and I went to crochet instead of study. So having a teacher makes the biggest difference. So if ever you're like studying a language, you're doing it by yourself and you're struggling a bit, I do recommend finding a teacher or tutor, someone to help you out. So just this week alone, I've learned like so much, like basic introductory conversation and telephone numbers, how to tell the time, and it's like, yay. And now like I'm hearing that everywhere, so I'm picking that up a lot more. One of the issues with being such a basic beginner level is, you know, they say, oh, your listening skills will improve so much when living in Japan. It's like, yeah, but you have to be able to know some of the words or structure to even pick that up. Like, up until now, it's all just sounded like do 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 do. I can't pick anything out other than maybe kudasai, which is please, or arigato gozaimasu, which is thank you, or like konnichiwa or ohayo. Like that's it. That's all I could hear. But now I'm hearing numbers. I'm hearing all these other things. So I'm like, oh, yay! I'm like, I was a bit disappointed in myself before because, you know, my brother's studying Japanese in high school and I'm so excited for him, but I'm like, he knows more Japanese than I do and I live in Japan right now. So I was feeling a bit disappointed with myself for not like having the discipline to do that study, but yeah, finding a teacher made the biggest difference and the biggest motivation as well. And I was really lucky. I had a friend who I play Magic the Gathering with, and they were using a different Japanese textbook, and I mentioned I was going to use the Genki textbook, so that's what everybody's recommended me. And he was like, oh, actually I have it, I'm not using it, do you want it? And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I would love it. And so yeah, he gave me the textbook, which, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, textbooks are expensive. So being given one just really helps. It means I can study at home as well, and yeah, onwards and upwards. So yeah, and this week is Golden Week in Japan. So what that is most people have like 10 days of holidays. So I just spent my week really relaxing. My birthday was the other day, so the cherry blossoms started blooming, so I went and saw all the beautiful cherry blossoms, and I will be making a video to show you guys all the beautiful cherry blossoms and parks here in Sapporo as well. And it was just so nice, and I got to see the biggest koi fish in my life. And koi fish make me so happy. Like, they were huge. They was big, as big as my arm, if not bigger. Like, lengthwise as big as my arm, and then like maybe that big. Like, wow, they were so big. And yeah, and then yeah, tomorrow I am off to Noboribetsu. So it is a town in Hokkaido famous for its hot springs. And also you can go see like the sulfur vents and geysers known as Hell Valley. And there's a lake nearby as well, which is like perfectly circle. So I'm going there. I'm spending 2 nights. I'm so excited. So excited to relax in beautiful hot springs and take my knitting with me. Like, oh, it's gonna be amazing. So I will be making videos of that as well. So yeah, get excited. There's so much exciting things happening, and more exciting stuff on the knitting front for sure. So yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my projects. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. Any advice, please do share. Still getting used to making these types of videos, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and it's really nice to document, you know, my trip, my life in Japan, and my craft as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. So bye!